Most of the change has to come from the top down, but there are many ways that it can come from the bottom up. I mean, clearly a smile, of trying to smile, for example, a simple smile, a simple of good morning, a simple thank you, think of using polite terms to everybody, acknowledging people's successes at the bottom, saying even to the boss, you know, I really appreciate the fact that you're trying to make this a more caring business. It would be something that might blow the boss away by saying, boy, they really care about me too. I care about you. So I think a lot of things can come from the bottom up, and you can then convince 2 or 3 of your friends to try something new from the bottom up and make some specific suggestions to management or to the leaders of the business or the owners of the business or the CEOs of the business. I mean, you should always, if the change is legitimate and genuine, trying, then they should be open always to good suggestions from anybody within the business. That's been happening to us. Sometimes some of the best new ideas come from the newest people or people that have been there for a long time, and we're reluctant to speak up, especially in the acquisitions. When we acquired or bought another business, they've been wanting to say this for a long time, but they didn't think it would ever make any sense. But now they know that at least we would listen to them. A wonderful story that starts my Hug Your People book of a woman named Sarah. I think I used another name in the book, but she worked for a great store in New York, and she never felt appreciated. And she could only sell shirts and ties at this particular store to men. They wouldn't allow her. It was against the rules to sell a suit or to sell a sport coat. She certainly couldn't sell the wife women's wear, even though the store carried women's wear. She even one day, so nobody ever went up to her and said, Sarah, nice job. They didn't even appreciate that. So one day she said she went around for a long time. She put a card in her coat, and it said $10,000. And she actually sold, would you believe, a man $10,000 worth of shirts and ties. And they never acknowledged, never said, great job, Sarah. Then she read my book, and all of a sudden she wrote me this 10-page calligraphied letter, and she said, if everything in the book is true there, Jack, I want to work for you and your family. And it was a 10-page, I'll never forget it. I have it in my file somewhere. And you know what I did? I called her the next day. And she came in, and 8 or 9 interviews later, she was a single mom in New York City. And she commuted from New York City to our store in Greenwich, which is a good, 35, 40-minute commute on the train. And she has become one of our best sales associates ever that we've ever hired.